Rightio guys, welcome back to Rides for Days, and I finally am going to get to install my crash bars that I ordered from Roadstyler in Poland. I ordered these crash bars about 3 or 4 months ago, and with the whole COVID-19 situation from Europe, it took a while to get here. Finally, they've arrived. So a set of rear crash bars for a Harley-Davidson Sport Glide. Interestingly, Harley-Davidson don't actually manufacture rear crash bars for the Sport Glide, which is interesting because it's kind of like a touring bike, even though it's a soft tail. And Roadstyler in Poland were the only guys that I could find that make these crash bars. So it did take a while to get to Australia, but you know, with everything that's going on, I think that's fair enough. I'll leave a link below for information on this, including price. They seem like really good quality, and it is what looks like a pretty simple installation. And I'll take it out of the bike in a second. I'll show you what needs to be done. I've compared this to the front crash bar in terms of, you know, quality and whatever. It looks pretty good. Hang on, something's beeping, just one sec. Sorry about that. Yeah, so the quality does seem very comparable to the Harley-Davidson front crash bar. There's no question about that at all. Very keenly priced. I do like the black because I've got the black front crash bar, so I went with the black rear crash bar, and also with the black saddlebags, so I felt that it would blend in a bit better. But yeah, but I must say I do like the look of rear crash bars on a motorbike. I think they finish off the area around the saddlebag and it adds a bit more to that sort of touring look. And all right, let's get onto the bike. Rightio guys, we're down at the bike. Let's first of all take a look at what you're going to need to get this installation done. So obviously we've got the rear crash bars, we've got 4 sets of bolts, washers and a couple of spacers, snap ring pliers to remove the snap rings or the E-clips or the bloody circlips or whatever you want to call them, tools to do the job. We've got a T45 Torx bit, and we got a it's a Imperial hex piece. Hold on, I'll just get the measurement for the hex piece. Actually, sorry, it says it here. It's a 5/8" hex piece, both on a 3/8 of an inch drive. And then we got the E-clips, and that, guys, is about all you're going to need to get this job done. So we're going to take a look at the bike. Few things we've got to do. We've got to remove the saddlebags, and then coming over to the rear passenger footrest, we've got to take the actual footrest itself off. We've got to remove the mount for the footrest, and then we've got to remove this bolt here, and then pretty much just a matter of installing the crash bar and then reinstalling the footrest with the with these bolts, and it'll be a job done. Woo! All right, so first of all, saddlebags off. Rightio, saddlebags are off, makes life a bit easier. So now what we got to do on this actual footrest, it's attached to the footrest mount, and in order to remove that, we need to remove this pin which holds the footrest to the mount, and in order to do that, we've got to remove this little E-clips, which I'm not sure if you can focus again. You can see that there. There's a little snap ring or E-clip which keeps the pin from sliding off. So with our snap ring pliers, let's get rid of those E-clips. That's that one gone, whether you can see that. I don't know whether you can actually see that properly, guys, but you just get your little snap ring plier, and then you push it out and you push the E-clip off the pin. That's that one. Let's do the other side. Okie, that's the E-clips removed from the pins that attach the footrest to the foot mount, and what we do is we just slide them off like that. That's that one. And then just slide it off like so. And that's the 2 pins removed from both footrests. We'll just pop them over there so we don't lose them. Alright, let's get the footrests off. Now you've got to be careful because, and I'll show you, I'll do it pretty quick, sort of slowly if you watch. We just got to take this whole piece off together, because inside here is a spring and a ball bearing, which when the footrest is in an upright position, it holds it up straight and it holds it down flat. So if you don't need to, I would just keep that, keep it all intact as one piece. Why give yourself extra work? So that's that one. Over here with the rest of the stuff. And that's that one off. Done deal. Put that over there with all the goodies that need to go back on the bike. Rightio guys, so we've removed the footrest from the footrest mount. We now need to remove the footrest mount from the bike. So this inside there, I don't know whether you can see it or not guys, that's a T45 bolt in there which holds the mount to the bike. So let's get that off. Got to give it a bit. Yeah, they're definitely on a bit tight. That's the advantage of having the wrench. You got that little bit of leverage. You need leverage. So I'm just unscrewing, as you can see, the footrest mount from the bike. There we are. So that's the footrest mount. That's the hex bolt, or not the hex bolt, the T45 Torx bit 45 bolt that goes through there and into the bike, removed. And let's do the other side. Second one removed. Footrest is completely off the bike now. The rear passenger footrest completely off the bike, which is good. So now we've got to remove this bolt, which is a part of this fender. I think it's the fender strut mount or whatever it's called. But anyway, T45. Let's get this bolt off on the other side. Second bolt removed. One thing I forgot to mention guys, a little bit of thread lock or Loctite, which I'm going to just for a little bit of extra security on these bolts. I don't know what was on them. Where are they? They've got a bit of something on them maybe, but yeah. A little bit of thread lock, never hurt anyone. Rightio, so here's the rear crash guard for the right hand side, just sort of having a little bit of a look, see how it goes. Yep, that looks about right. So let's get started by getting some bolts in there. So this top bolt comes with a spacer, and the spacer just fits in there, and I think it just mainly is going to protect the chrome. And then that goes in there, and then with your washer, whack it in there. And this is the 5/18 hex bit for these bolts as well. got that on, that top bolt on, and it's just left it hanging a bit loose for a second. I'm now going to reinstall the rear passenger footrest mount with the longer of the 2 bolts that comes with the Roadstyler rear crush bars. So that goes up the guts of this piece and onto the bike. So let's do that now. And another thing we need to keep in mind before we tighten the footrest mount up completely is that we need to have this dead level. Now on some Softail bikes, I think possibly the Heritage, if you look here at this footrest, there's a little groove at the bottom, and on some bikes that rests up against a groove on the frame and then therefore prevents you from reattaching the footrest mount unevenly. But on the Sport Glide, there's nothing here that actually enables me to do that. So I've just got to wing it a bit, and then I'm going to put my little level on it and just make sure that this footrest is level. So just a little tip there, guys. Look at that. It's pretty level if you ask me. And that was first go too. Beauty. And feed the pin in. Takes a bit of jiggling around. That's it. Bring it a bit closer. As you can see, the footrest is mounted and the pin is back in. Now we just need to get an E-clip back on here to stop the footrest from coming off. They're a bit fiddly, but that is in. As you can see there, the E-clip is in place in the pin. Pin doesn't want to go anywhere. Footrest up, footrest down, crash bar installed. Beauty. So on a scale of difficulty, I mean, it's pretty simple. But, you know, looks good. Alright, let's finish off the other side. Alright guys, I hope you can see this properly. Hope I'm not blocking it too much on you. Pin in, as you can see. And now we just do the E-clip. And that's it. E-clip is on. Beauty.